welcome back, Crazy Crew, and thank you guys for tuning in to another video. And as you guys can tell by the title, today we are going to be doing a beginner's look, everyday no makeup look. This look is something that I've been doing for the past couple of weeks now, and I figured let me record it because I've been getting a lot of requests on doing a beginner's look, and this beginner's look is pretty much like my go-to no makeup look. So I wanted to just put it all together in one. As you guys can tell, my face is not done at all today, so we're going to be doing everything from the brows, skin prep, and the face as well. So if you guys want to see how I achieve the no makeup look, if you guys want to see a beginner's guide to how to do makeup for anyone that's just starting out, then just keep on watching. If you guys have not yet subscribed to be a part of the Chrissy Crew, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. So as you guys can see, I have nothing on my face. I'm just gonna pull my hair back so that you guys can see my face. My skin honestly has been so good lately, so I really haven't been trying to put a lot of product on my face unless I'm doing like content for TikTok or anything. And guys, I do now have a TikTok, so I'll leave my TikTok name down below. Go ahead and follow me. I am trying to do a little bit more content on that page, so yes, go ahead, follow your girl. But overall, I don't wear as much makeup as I used to. I've stopped wearing makeup really over the pandemic, but when I do wear makeup, obviously it's to record content. So this has been like my go-to makeup. If I go outside or do anything, like I put on as little makeup as possible, just like because I said my skin has been really good, I don't want to like mess anything up with it. So I'm gonna go through my skincare products that I use. It's not really much, and it kind of like varies depending on the day. I have super dry skin, so I always try to use things that are moisturizing for me and just help my skin. So when you pick your skincare routine and your skincare regimen, like you want to really cater to your skin, obviously, and use products that work for you. These work for me. I don't know how they would work for other people, so you just want to kind of like go with your skin and not like irritate it or do anything like that. So something that I have been using daily is this Ordinary, the Niacinimide serum. Is 10% niacinamide and 1% zinc. So with this basically helps like kind of even out your skin tone, helps with dark circles or like, you know, acne scars, things like that. And this is my second time using this. The first time around I really didn't notice a difference, but when I got it again a couple months later, like I really do see a difference in my face. I don't see as many acne scars. I don't see as many like blemishes or things like that. And I don't know if you guys can notice from like previous videos the difference between like my skin then and my skin now, but my skin has really gotten a lot better. I don't know if it's just because of this. It could be like from me doing masks and things like that, but I do think this played a big part in it. And this was super cheap. I want to say it was like between $6 and $8, something like that. So I definitely am gonna have this as a staple. I use it in the morning and I use it in the night, so I did put it on already. Next, I usually go in with my Olay Golden Aura Melting Souffle Moisturizer Air Finish. This is super expensive, you guys. I luckily received this from my mom. She had a couple that someone had given her. These are like $110 each or $150 each. This is my third one already. I have one more left, and like I really am trying not to use it all, but I love this. This kind of like it's very hydrating for me, but also it kind of like cancels out any like pores or any kind of like things in my face. I'm gonna show you guys because I'm gonna use it now. I haven't used it yet, but this is how it is. It's like a little pump, and I go just with a little bit. Just take a little, and like I said, once I put it on, it just kind of like blurs out my face. It's like nice and silky. It's not too heavy, although I do like a heavy moisturizer. It just like fits what I want, and as you can see, like it kind of just like cancels out, you know, anything that I had on my face here, and it gave it like a nice like smooth finish. It does kind of look matte-ish, but it doesn't feel like it's matte. It's still very hydrating for me, which I like. And then sometimes I'm not gonna go in with this today. It depends on if I still feel really dry. Today I feel okay, so I'm not gonna put this on, but this is a rose oil that I made. Well, last year, 2020, I came out with like a couple different like, I don't want to say skincare, but like body care products. So I came out with this rose oil. It has a couple of different oils infused into it and rose petals in it, and I like to use this on my face. You can use this for your hair as well. It's really good for the hair, but I use this on my face when my face is like a little bit extra dry. Like I said, I'm not going to use it today, but it gives my skin like a really nice glow, and it just really hydrates and just adds and closes in all that moisture that I need for my face. I don't sell these anymore. This is actually my last one, but I actually really love this, so I try not to use it as much, even though I still have like everything to make it. I try not to use a lot of it just because I don't like to over oil my face either, because that can really like clog your pores and give you like blackheads and like just a nasty face. So I try not to use this too much either, but once in a while I'll use this if I don't want to add any lotion or if I do need that extra hydration. Next, for skin prep, what I've been doing also is I've been using the e.l.f. Puff Puff Primer and the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I do just put a little pump of both at the same time, just about this much, rub them in together and just rub them on my face. I always prime with something hydrating because, like I said, my face is super dry. The Puff Puff Primer is by e.l.f. It has hemp derived cannabis sativa. I love this whole line. They do have, I think they have a moisturizer also. They have like an oil that I used to use, but this is one of my favorite primers. Very hydrating. This I've just been getting into. It's the Marshmallow Primer with marshmallow root. I've tried it before, didn't really care for it, but lately when I've been using it with the Puff Puff Primer, it's just really been giving my face just nice moisture and just like a nice clean finish. You know, it's super important to take care of your skin if you really want that flawless finish with your foundation. You know, there's a lot of different textures, there's a lot of different just different things that go on with the face. So if you do want a flawless face, you really need to take care of it. Makeup artists can do but so much to really make your face as flawless as possible. So it's up to you to really take care of your skin, and that's really what I've been doing for a while now, just taking care of my skin. Even during my like menstrual cycle this month, I didn't even break out, and I was just like, oh my god, like what is this world coming to? I always have at least one huge pimple here or like somewhere on my face in this area, and I didn't get anything this month. So I'm just so happy with how my skin has been, and I just been really taking care of it. Like I said, not doing anything really specific for skincare, but just using that niacinimide, making sure like I'm always hydrated at night. I'll do masks here and there, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I'll do like a peeling mask or like a exfoliating mask or something like that. But other than that, like I don't have a set thing that I do like every single night besides that niacinamide. So super important to take care of your skin, and that's how you're gonna get that flawless base. So now we're gonna go into the eyebrows. I never usually do my eyebrows on camera because, like, as you can see, my eyebrows are pretty full. I do have them microbladed or fibrowed, and I don't really have to do much to them, but I haven't gotten them done in such a long time, so I do always kind of like fill them in a bit. But lately what I've been doing, instead of like really filling them in, is I've just been using brow gel. So we're gonna go in with that, and whatever is kind of like empty looking, then I'll fill it in. So I've been loving the Anastasia Brow Freeze. This came out probably last year or a couple of months, maybe the beginning of the year. I've been using this and it's been really amazing. A little goes a long way, so I just dab it in, like, I already dabbed it in twice, but I just do a little dab like that, and then I go right into the brow, and I just like brush it upwards, and then I brush all my back hairs kind of like towards the back so that it'll like lay flat. And then with the hairs in the front, since they're pretty long, I'll try to just, because I do like the fluffy look, but it's not like, I don't like the full fluffy look where my full front eyebrows are like all fluffy. So I just leave a little bit there, especially since they're kind of uneven. I really haven't really touched my brows. What I'll do is I'll just kind of like pluck whatever extra hair that you can see here. I haven't touched my brows in such a long time. Someone does my brows and I trust them so much, so like even I am just scared to do them myself. So I try to do as minimal as possible, and that's why they're kind of like a little bushy and just a little out of shape, but still in shape because of that fibrow that I've done. So what I do is I just try to keep it as natural as possible, just give it that shape, and then I'll go in and fill whatever is kind of like empty. I'll still shape them. I'm not gonna shape them today. Like usually I'll shape them when I'm doing something creative. I'll add like my concealer to shape them, but since I'm not like gonna be all extra, like I'm just gonna fill in the spots that are sparse or like, you know, empty. I'm gonna go in with the BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Trio. I got this a while ago. It comes with a kind of like cream, a powder, and I think this was like a concealer kind of thing, like a light one. I don't really know. Fell out a long time ago. I go in with an angle brush, and then like I said, just like the spots that I see are kind of like empty, I'll just fill them in. And then if I feel like it's not really like shaped too well, I'll just give it a little shape. But I really don't do too much because I've been liking kind of like the natural look that I've been going for. Especially for beginners, it's really hard. Like I feel like people know their brows. Even like with my clients, I sometimes like, if they're very particular about their brow, I'll let them do their brow just because like they know how they like their brow. So as a beginner, you know how you like your brow. Do whatever you feel is comfortable for your brow. You can use a pencil, you can use the pomade, you can use whatever you want. But really all I do is kind of like just fill in whatever's there. Now, if I didn't have brows, I think it would be another story on how I do my brows to get the shape. But because I already have them pretty much set for me, like I really don't have to do too much. And I kind of just leave them as is. So this is kind of where like the beginners part come in. You can use for this foundation, you can use like a tinted moisturizer. You don't have to use anything heavy. For me, the foundation that I like to use, it is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This has been my go-to foundation for a while now. I want to say probably like a year or two. I love this foundation. It's actually discontinued, and one of my subscribers told me that. That's why I couldn't find it anywhere. So it is discontinued, but I did end up being able to purchase it on Amazon, and it is correct. Formula is great still. So I love this foundation. It is such a nice lightweight foundation, very natural looking, very skin-like, and that's why I like to use it for my everyday makeup. When I first started doing makeup for myself and like for people, I did use a brush to apply it, but I kind of switched over to sponges. So it's really your preference. The brush will kind of like layer it on more evenly, whereas the sponge will kind of like really push it into the face. And a lot of times I'll do the brush first and then use the sponge afterwards. But lately since I've been kind of just wanting to get it done like quickly, I've just been using the sponge. And I actually did use a new technique that I found on TikTok. So I wet the sponge and then I put it in the freezer for an hour, a little over an hour, a little less than an hour. It just gets like a nice like coldness to it. I did take it out probably like 10 minutes ago, so it's not as cold, but I've been finding that really nice, like pressing it onto my face, it feels really nice and cooling. So I've been liking that technique. You don't have to do it, but it's something that I find like I really like, and I notice like it kind of like moves around the product really nicely. But like I said, for this part, you can go in with a tinted moisturizer, you can go in with a foundation. If you're trying to do a no makeup look, you don't want to do a really full coverage foundation just because it's not going to make you look as natural. Full coverage, I feel like, is more for going out to a party, doing a photo shoot, something that it has to really last all day and really sit on the face. Not that this doesn't, but like it's just more heavier, and I feel like those are for more special occasions, not for like an everyday look. You tend to go with like a medium coverage. I don't really do lightweight coverage either. I usually just do a medium coverage. This here is a, let's see, so it's the Healthy Foundation Brightening Complex for all skin type. It also has SPF 20 in it. This is the shade LN4. It says packed with vitamins and antioxidants for healthy coverage, infused with Chinese wuzu yu extract and hyaluronic acid to brighten, hydrate, and even skin tone. Ultra blendable, lightweight, buildable, and breathable. It does also come with a doe applicator, so it's super easy to put on. I actually missed a step that I just realized for my skin prep, but before this I usually also go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'll put that on like my T-zone area here, put a little bit around my mouth. I'm gonna put it on one side since I didn't put the foundation there, just so you guys can see. But like I said, I normally put it on both sides, and because I was just like chatting away, I totally forgot this step. This is like a staple for me, like literally a staple. It kind of cancels out all your like fine lines in this area, really gives you like a nice kind of smooth surface for the foundation. So let's see like if you guys see a difference with me not putting it on this side and putting it on this side. But I really love that primer, and I use it for all my clients. It's just really such a great primer to have, and I love it. I really do love it. So I just put some all over my face with this doe. I'll put it on my forehead here. Super easy. And then I'll take my beauty blender and just blend it out. Now, I've also lately been taking my foundation up until under my eye, because like I've noticed sometimes if my eyes are dark, if I do that first and then apply the concealer, it kind of covers it a bit more than normal. And I like that. So I've been taking my foundation up and just using that as like a base before my concealer. Now you can also do a color corrector. Personally, me, I don't usually color correct myself because I just don't like notice a difference when I do. But I mean, if your eyes are super dark underneath, I would suggest doing a color corrector just so that you can get that brightness. Even though it is a no makeup look, you still want to make sure like your eyes are not like super dark and like you don't see like an undercast underneath your foundation or anything like that. But as you guys can see, this just sits on the skin super nicely. That's why I really love this foundation. It's super lightweight, and like I said, you can build on it also. So if you did want more coverage, then you can just apply more and build it up. But for me, because I do the no makeup kind of thing and I like super lightweight makeup, I only apply one layer and then I move on to the next. So now what I'll also do is when I do my concealer, I'll add a little bit of concealer onto my eyelids, just kind of get the eyes to match the face. You don't want your eyes to be so darky. For concealer, I am using the Rare Beauty concealer. This is in the shade 170W. I actually haven't used this concealer in a little while, and I used it the other day and I was like, wow, it actually looks really nice. I forgot how nice this was. I don't put too much. I just kind of put it closer to my inner corner here. I'll put a little on my chin and a little on my forehead, and then a lot of times I'll just start with the bottom of my face just so that I can let the concealer sit a little bit. You don't have to do this as a beginner, but if you do still want to have that like nice under eye, you know, of course add some concealer. Just because it's supposed to be like a no makeup, or like, you know, you just want to put as little as possible, you should still conceal and, you know, just make yourself just look bright and fresh, because that's the point of this. It's to look bright and fresh but still like look like you and not look overdone. And whatever's extra, I'll just bring up onto the lid and pat it in as well, so that I can kind of like cover that up. And as you can see the difference, you see this, my eye here is like a bit darker. The concealer like just gave it a little lightness and made it kind of match the face, not where like it looks like two different shades of color. My under eyes are super wrinkly, so I try to press it in as much, and I'll like look up, I'll go in just to really get in between those lines. Unfortunately, I have wrinkly under eyes, and no matter how much I set it or, you know, try to really like push in the powder, sometimes I still get, you know, creases, and, you know, you can still like, you can see like the makeup move and stuff, which is unfortunate, but it's a part of it, and really there's nothing that I can do about it. So I just always, like, while I'm applying my concealer, I just press in as much as I can, just so I can like at least try to fill in those lines as much as possible. I do still set my under eyes. I use the Flower Setting Powder by Beauty Bakery. This is the shade Oat, which is translucent. I'm pretty much almost done with this, but I just take a little bit, I put a little bit on my cap. I'll press in my eye just to make sure the concealer is in, go into here, and then set. I don't bake. Even when I do like a full glam look, I don't bake. I don't like to bake. I like to just set in the powder. I just don't feel like baking helps me. I'll like sometimes like carve out my cheek, but when it comes to my under eye, I just like to like really set it in to make sure like my makeup won't move, even though sometimes it still does because of the wrinkles. But I don't like to just let it sit there. I don't really like too bright of an under eye. I like my under eye to just look nice and smooth and just bright from what I did, not because like there's so much setting powder underneath. That for me, I just don't care for. When the under eye is too bright, it's just not as natural as it should be. So I feel like less is more sometimes. I think that's why my clients, you know, tend to book me too, because although I do all the steps, I do the cream, I do the powder, I do everything, my style is more of a natural kind of glam. And a lot of people like that. They don't want to be like where they look different and they look fake, and I don't like that either. I don't like to look like so much off than what I normally look like. So I just try to just do what is required and still make it look pretty. So as you guys can see, that's set, really nice, really pretty. We're gonna go in with bronzer. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless, what is this, pressed powder. I use this as a bronzer. I usually use this over my cream contour as well. For a beginner's look, getting into cream contouring and all that, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn about your face, learn about like what products are good. So when I started makeup, I just used a bronzer, I used a blush, I used just a light foundation, and I called it a day. I still looked really pretty, I looked really fresh, and that's the point of, you know, a no makeup look, is to look, you know, just like fresh, like you threw just a little bit of makeup on. It's not for you to look like you're going out to a party. So I take kind of like an oval shaped powder brush and dab it in and go in circular motions right on my cheekbone, and then I'll move it up. I still always bronze like my forehead and stuff because I do have a bit of a bigger forehead. So I like to bronze it just to kind of like even all that out. And what I like about this powder is it's not too dark, So it just kind of like flushes my face nicely with that bronze color, not where it's like I look like I just tanned half of my face. Also, when you bronze your forehead, it's not for everyone to do. Like, you're not supposed to always bronze your forehead. I feel like a lot of people do it because they see other people do it, but really when you're contouring this, it's still technically contouring. It's just contouring with just powder. And normally when you contour, it's so that you can kind of like make yourself look smaller, make yourself look sharper. So if you have a small forehead already, you don't want to do that, because then you're making your forehead even smaller. You're bringing it in. You're making it look like a really tiny forehead. You don't want to do that. So bronzing up here is for more people with foreheads like mine, more larger, maybe a little bit smaller, but not for somebody that has like a really small forehead. You don't want to do that. You want to keep the bronzer really just on your cheeks to accentuate this, uplift your cheeks, uplift your face, kind of like, you know, zone in that area, not your forehead only. So I go in circular motions, but I go upwards because, like I said, you always want to uplift your face. You don't want to go circular and then like bring it down, because then you're elongating it and you're making your face look a lot longer. Unless you want that look, then you can do that, but basically contouring is to uplift, to give you that carve, to give you that shape in your face, so you don't want to go downwards. And then I'll still just go in with my blender just to kind of like push it more into my skin. Next, I'm going to go in with blush. This has been my favorite blush for like over a year now. Also, this is the Unicorn Glow Cotton Candy blush. It's like a peachy kind of blush. I have my little blush brush here, and I'll smile. And here I'll start on the apples of my cheek, and I'll work my way up. I've lately been kind of liking that kind of blown out blush look. I don't just put it on my apples. I'll kind of bring it up to my temple also, just to kind of give my face a bit more color. But you want to make sure, you know, you blend it out and that it's not like too much. Unless you like that. If you're a blush kind of person, then keep it like that. But me, I like to just make sure it's kind of like diffused. Put a little on my nose just to give my nose some color. And then again, go in with my sponge just to push it in. I always like to go in with the sponge afterwards, just because it really pushes it into the skin and makes it look more skin-like, makes it look more, you know, like fresh, more like you. It's an option. You definitely don't have to do it, but it's something that I definitely like to do. I haven't even really been putting on highlight, just because I've been liking more of the natural look. You can put highlight on after this. If you do add highlight, I'm not going to add highlight because I don't even have it here, but if you do add highlight, you want to just put it on kind of like a bit higher than your cheekbone, up in this area, unless you want, you know, more on your apples. Do what feels right for you, but for a natural kind of look, you know, you want to keep it kind of simple. Just put it more on the upper corners here, add some on your nose. If you want to put a little bit on your eyebrow, you can do that also. But me, I don't want to add anything else to my face. I'm going to keep it as is. I have also been putting on lashes with this. It also, of course, is not required. A no makeup look is more of a natural kind of look. But the lashes that I have been using have kind of given me that effect that I have extensions on, and I actually really like that. So first I'll put on mascara, which I go in with the Essence Lash Princess. I'm not sure which princess this is, but this mascara is like $4.99. One of the best mascaras I've ever used. I'm not sure where I found it on. I don't remember. I've been using it for a while, but it literally is amazing. The pigmentation of the product is so good. Even the wand is like really nice. I do have a couple in my kit. Unfortunately, I can't use the wand because it's not sanitary for my clients, but even with that, it still gives me a lot of pigmentation. The product is just very good quality, especially for the price. You don't have to go out and spend $8.99 on a mascara. Like, look at the difference. This is just one coat also. It lifted my lashes, it separated my lashes, it gave it such a nice effect with just one coat. So imagine 2 coats, imagine 3 coats. Like, some people like really like to coat it up. Me, I just I usually do 1 to 2 coats. It depends, because I'm gonna put a lash on now. Maybe I'll do 2 coats to see how it looks, to show you guys. If for eyes, oh no. So you guys see I got some mascara on there. So what I'm going to do, a trick I've learned, when you get mascara on yourself, let it dry. If you try to remove it now, it's just going to smudge and mess up everything that you just did. Let it dry. Once it's dry, it's going to be like a little crusty. You can just like move it off with a Q-tip. I do have a Q-tip here, so I'll do that in a minute. For your eyes, if you wanted to, you can do something super light and natural. I'm going to go in with my Makeup by Mario Master Matte Palette. I forgot to do it earlier. My palette is super messy. I'm just gonna go in with this light shade here, probably mix it up a little with these, just to give my eyes a little bit of color. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm just gonna do it just to add a little bit of definition in my eye. I'm not gonna do too much. Just add some color. You could also use the bronzer that you used. If you want just to add a little bit of color, you can use the bronzer. Again, you don't have to. It's really up to you. I should have done this before the mascara, but I forgot that I had it here. So, and look, it's messing up my thing. So you want to really be careful not to do your shadow after your mascara. I just like kind of messed up my whole eye, but it's okay. We're gonna just press this in, and then when the mascara dries down, we'll remove both of them. So you see I got some on my lid here, I got some here, but it's okay. Once it dries, we are going to scrape it off. So I'm just gonna add another coat just to give it a little bit of thickness. I was debating if I wanted to add some lashes on today, but I think I am, just because I do like the effect that it gives on my eyes. It makes it look like I have extensions on, which is nice. And I'm going to show you guys the style that I use also. So I have two styles here with me today. I have this style here, which is like a nice wispy cat eye. This is the one that I've been using, and it really has just given my eyes just like a nice lift, nice cat eye look. This one is also a cat eye, but it's just like a little more dramatic. I don't know if I was debating on using this one. I'm not sure if I want to go that dramatic today, but I don't want to waste all of these either. So I'm just probably going to try this one out. So I'm going to go ahead actually and go off camera and put my lashes on, because the lashes just kind of, I just struggle a little with my lashes though, especially since I don't do them as much on myself anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lashes on. I'm going to use these lashes. These lashes I actually purchased off of Amazon. This is the brand New Cali Lashes. They come with 14 pairs for $9.99. Super affordable, amazing for clients, for your kit. I have multiple styles. Band is really nice and thick but not heavy, super lightweight. But I really do like them for my clients. Before I go put those on, let's just clean up this mascara. So I have a clean Q-tip here, and what I'm gonna do is just roll it off. Fudge, I guess that didn't work. Let's just say we're gonna roll it off, and then that didn't work, guys. Didn't work. So I'm going to take another one and just kind of like clean up whatever's there. It is very light, so you can't really see it. I don't think you can see it, at least in my view. And I'll just take my my beauty blender and kind of just like blend that out and see. I don't think you see it too much. You guys let me know if you see it still. I can't really tell. But take that, and then we're going to go and just kind of like wipe off up here too. You don't have to press down too heavy. I just do lightly. Just smudge it out. And I think that's good. I probably should have waited a little bit longer for it. If you want, you can also just add a little bit of foundation or concealer to go on top of it. But just wait a few more minutes, I guess, to take it off. But if you saw, like, the main part came off super quick, it just was still wet underneath. So I should have waited a few more minutes. But that's basically the idea of it. You wait a few minutes, and then you take a Q-tip, and it'll come right off. So I'm just going to blend that in. I'm going to go ahead and put my lashes on, and then when we come back, we'll finish up with lip, and I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes are on, and I love these lashes. I actually have not worn these lashes before, so I really do like how they look. They just give it a little extra, like, boom, little drama to it, but still like really nice. The face still looks really nice and natural, which I really love. I went ahead and wiped my lips down because I did have some product on it, and we're gonna go and line them super quickly. This is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise Liner in one of the shades. It comes in like 3 shades, no names though, so I don't really know which one it is. And I don't like go precise with this just because it is kind of like my lip color, so I just kind of like line it quickly. I don't overline. My lips are naturally full, so I don't really need to overline. So I just kind of just outline it as is. I do normally like to use a bit of a darker shade, but for a look like this, for something natural, I just kind of like go and just outline it regular how it is. I'm going to go in with my Unicorn Glow lip gloss. This is in the shade Rose Gold. It's just like a nice neutral color, a little bit of pinky, a little bit of shimmer, just to give it a little pop. Smells really, really good. One of my favorite lip glosses still. Just because like on a natural day like this, like I just want to give myself just a little bit of a pop besides the lashes. So with this lip gloss, because it has like that shimmer in it, it just kind of gives it just a little bit of like a sparkle and a little bit of a shine. You can definitely go ahead and set your face. I'm not going to set my face just because I don't really have too much on it. And I've noticed like, you know, my face just lasts because it's not a lot of makeup, because I prepped it properly. My makeup lasts, and I don't usually stay outside a long time anymore either. I'm just doing what I have to do and I go home, so I don't really like care to set my face either. But of course you can set it, you know, just if you're going to be outside all day, just so that it can last and, you know, really just like feel fresh and feel good. This is it. This is my beginner's look. This is my no makeup look. Super, super easy, you guys. I literally used how many brushes did I use? I used 3 brushes. I used 1 sponge. I used how many products? I used a blush, bronzer, foundation, and concealer. I used 4 products, 3 brushes, 1 sponge, some mascara. Like super, super simple look. Super easy for anyone that's just starting out, just learning how to do makeup. One tip that I forgot to mention: when you do get your foundation or do get your tinted moisturizer, if you are new and you're using this video as a beginner's guide, make sure when you look for your shade, you match your foundation to your neck. There's a lot of people that even though their face is darker than their neck, they try to match the foundation to their face. You don't ever want to do that, because if you match it to your face and your face is darker than your neck, you're going to look funny. You're going to look crazy. You're going to look like dark face, light body. Like, you don't want that. So you want to make sure you always match it to your neck. It's most important. Even if your face is darker than your neck and you have to get a lighter shade and you feel like, no, it's too light, you still have to use it. That's what bronzer is for. That's what these other products are for, because it's going to help you even your face out. It's going to help you get your right shade, but you have to make sure you match it to your neck, because if you don't, you're just going to look super, super crazy. So that's one thing I forgot to mention when I was doing the foundation. But this look is a super easy look, literally a 30-minute look, super fast, super easy. I really hope you guys learned from this. It was like one of my quickest looks ever. Is the video gonna be as quick? Probably not, but like when you do it on your own, like it's gonna be like super fast. So this has been my go-to everyday look, besides the lashes. Like, I switched it up, but this has been my go-to look. I love it. It's just nice, refreshing, just easy, quick, simple, amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys learned a lot from this video. I hope you guys like how this no makeup look came out. I hope for you beginners, I hope that this was very helpful for you to get started, to learn how to do your own makeup. I think before you get into any kind of makeup, it's super important to learn how to do makeup on yourself, so that you can learn a flow. Before I became a makeup artist, all I did was makeup on myself, and that really taught me how to do makeup on others. Of course, going to school helped, but like learning how to do my own makeup really helped me. So for all you beginners out there, take your time, practice, find the right products for you, learn what works for you, and then you can work on others if that's what you guys want. So I thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have not yet subscribed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video.